Welcome back. Haha. To Novice Painting. What's a novice painter? Jimmy Novice. This is part 2 of episode 2. It's a towel episode, if you will. That's a pretty interesting name. It's like one of those series on Netflix or a streaming service where it's like, the towel. Like, what? The towel? It's just some weird, innocuous thing or object. You're like, what's this episode all about? And it turns out it's just one of those cheap ones where they're just in one room the whole time. But anyway, welcome back. So, now silly me, obviously that wasn't too long for you, it was long for me. You ever watch paint dry, man? It's not very fun. So, alright, I had to add more green. We're gonna have basically 2 more green. We're gonna do a blue, we're gonna do this blue, and then basically another green. So, but at the end over here, we're gonna do a dark blue. So we're gonna do this blue and a dark blue there. And then hopefully it can be drying and then we can get another line in there. I mean, these acrylic paints, they are like a filibuster of paints or something. I don't know. It's like, I don't want you to finish your painting, man. But I appreciate you sticking with us. So we're gonna do that dark, yes, this blue. I mean, it's not a dark blue, it's like an ocean blue, I guess. It's not the ocean breeze that we use for the Jimmy Novice signature. No, it's not. But I did mix this up especially good. And of course, you know, I was just sitting there thinking about towels and, you know, how, you know, just to see, gonna get globular. It's kind of funny how I'm holding this, but it's all new techniques, and you might notice we're trying HD, 30 frames per second. Before it's 4K, 24 frames per second. It's Behr Bones, peeps. This is new stuff. We're trying, you know, things are gonna just kind of slowly improve as we move along. We're gonna kind of expand eventually the wall and add these new paintings to it. But enough talk. Let's just jump right in. There we go. It's going on very well. We reach that point, so I've gotten where you start to lose paint, and again, we want textures on the side, so that's good. The key factor is making sure we get full contact on that green, because there's no space in between the green, man. Like, I mean, as far as on the towel goes, you know, just, I'm gonna stop being so precise. I'm gonna get a little bit more in here. It's a good thing there's only one of these colors in the pattern, because I don't want to mix any more of this up. It's a complicated mix. There we go. See, now we're getting a little less discipline on the lining, so just gonna get a little bit more globular here so we can be a little more fastidious, if you will. I wouldn't, because I don't know if that is the right word, but more fastidious with our movements and the lines. Now again, this isn't as smooth as the canvas, the stretched canvas that we use for the logo. So there's more areas for where you may get like a streak. That's why I feel it's important to get globular, baby. You gotta get coverage, man. Gotta get freaking 5G paint coverage, man. But again, this is, I thought it was mule hair, but I think it's yak hair. So it's not as smooth. The old hair is very smooth compared to yak hair. Okay, so it's fine because, again, it's a freaking towel. And I chose this size of canvas. Eventually we're going to get bigger on a lot of them. But I chose this size because it's basically the size of the towel when it's folded up. So it's again, things just worked very serendipitously for this project. And again, getting globular can be, that's sort of the issue when it comes to being able to do multiple coats, because in getting good coverage and making sure that we can do the next color without messing with the integrity of the lines, because as this dries, and it's going to kind of pull the it could pull the paint down, the blue, into the next color. So a little shaky there. I had a little too much Juan Valdez this morning. Juan Valdez came, visited, brought some amazing Colombian coffee. I wonder if coffee adds to the my moisture mouth. It's this speech thing I have that pops in now, and it seems like coffee. Oh man, I'm really getting out of hand here. See the edge, we're gonna have to turn this sucker around. There we go, see? You can get a tighter edge there. There we go, see? I don't know what I was thinking. I was working my nerves. There's a lot of white in there. I mean, and again, it's kind of okay in a way because it's a towel, so it's like there's pieces of fabric that's gonna. There we go. Got some good coverage. There, you may see this some more detail being in its HD, but I mean 4K at 24 frames. I don't know, just. I mean, you've seen it. Hopefully you saw it. I mean, you made it this far. Hopefully you did. So we're gonna scrape that, get that more to the edge again. See, now we picked that up on the edge. There we go. See, it's freaking novice painting, man. Freaking A. We're gonna scoop down in there. See, we got some more on the edge there. Yeah, this towel got me to thinking, about. I loved going swimming back in the day. I just, we lived in an apartment. It was a new apartment. It had like a really nice pool. But, I couldn't go by myself, so my mom had to take me. She always got annoyed, like, she didn't like sitting down there for so long. There's only so much of the paper you can read, and how much, so much People magazine you can read. I mean, I think they only came like once every 3 months. I feel like if they had phones back then like they do now, she would just basically just sit there and play Candy Crush all day, and I'd have to tell her when to go. I'm like, Mom, come on. No, don't, microtransactions, Mom, no, come on, let's go. Thanks, Peanut Butter. I think I was tipping, she helped save the tip there. You gotta save the tip. We're trying to keep things straight, and we're saving the tip. Tip over. That's what I'm saying. See, sometimes I get ahead of myself when it comes to some of these I'll have these inside jokes with myself. There we go. See, that turned out a lot better. Okay, so we're gonna do another little scrapey. I get that on the edge there. See, getting it on the edge, living on the edge. Yeah. Make sure we want coverage as straight as can be. Obviously, it's freaking paint, so it's like you're not gonna get straight unless you're using tape or you're taping it off like you're painting a house or whatever. So now we're going to want to flip this over so we can run that down to the very bottom, or once it's flipped over, it'll be the top. So, but let me finish get this. See, again, this is tricky. I'm gonna try this. It's a whole new technique. This is from behind the back. No, that's way too hard. She almost put it on the freaking green. There we go. See, that worked out pretty good now. There's this weird spot. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so I'll scrape some down, get on that corner, and then we can there we go. See, we saved it. We got some coverage there. There's a white spot. Now, obviously, there's going to be some other coverage issues, like right in there. So we'll just try a little dabble do ya. A little dabble do ya. Alright, so we're going to come back out to the other side. We got to attack it all from all angles. This is freestyle painting. It's a rap battle in the camera scene, and you got to go with your gut here. So I'm just going to kind of brace that. So there we go. It's a little bit in there, but see, now once we start doing the finishing patterns, so we're going to need a little green here to cover that up. But again, the finishing patterns will kind of cover up a lot of these defects. You can call it a defect if you want, but it's basically just, you know, this is freaking novice painting. The whole thing's a defect. This freaking shows a defect. Alright. No, I'm just kidding. Peanut butter doesn't think so. She likes hanging out, watching the paintings. Alright, so, come on, help me hold this. There we go, yeah. She's strong, I tell you. Okay, so, I know it's not as steady as I would like, so we're gonna pick up some more in here. We just got enough. So this should give a good finished coverage here. Obviously, you know, certain angles you're not gonna see. Special angles. Kind of hidden from view, but gives the show mystery. Gives the show mystery. So, yeah, this towel, man. I still remember. There's my mid-20s. The girl I was with, she bought this towel, and I remember, it comforted me and it absorbed the sweat and kept me warm when I thought I had malaria. I mean, it was, of course, I would go from cold to hot, so it's like, sometimes the towel was cool, sometimes it wasn't. I was like, F you towel. Hey, that's gonna get bleeped. That's an F-bomb slip. We're thinking back on that. Alright, so now we're on here. So now we can do the dark one. We're trying to make sure that doesn't, come on, Peanut, help me, Peanut Bud. There we go, she's holding it. She's holding it steady. There we go, okay. So it's about as steady as it's gonna get. We'll brace it with our hand. So we're gonna rinse this. Got my cleaning cup here. But yeah, it was like, my mom said that the girl, she didn't think it was malaria. Honestly, I don't think it was either. And then my mom was thinking, she was like, I think she's poisoning you. And I was like, no, Mom, come on, really? What is this? You've been watching too much investigation, discovery, forensic files, or it's like, give me a break. That's just insane. And I was thinking, but, maybe she did